single whip. Okay, let me just show you first. We've got to start from here, yeah? Sit back, turn, bring the front toes up and turn inwards. And bring the arms over to the right. Now at this point, as you can see, my right hand is facing out. My left hand is facing in. And then we're going to circle, right hand up, down, sorry, right hand down, left hand up, and we bring our body back towards the left. And at this point, we turn the left palm out. As the weight is on the left, we drop the hooks at the same time as we step in. And again, if you can't dangle, put it down. Then turn, bring the hook slightly across, step out. And then the hands push or strike as you move your body weight forward. Single whip. Okay. Now as you can see here, I try to square my hip as much as I can by hip, toes. Okay. Now this is another thing you need to pay attention to, is not raising your heel as you turn. No good to go this. Okay. It is like dropping across, push across. Okay, yeah? Some people do it with the toes. Okay, but in the 8, 16 and 24, we push the heels back. Okay, let me just show you once more in a different direction. 1. 2. 3, 4, 5. Sit back, bring toes in, shift, turn, 1. Hands up and down. Shift across back, turn palms 2. Drop your hooks, step in 3. Turn, step out 4. And then 5. 1, sit back, turn. 2, up and down, circle across. Turn palms. I call this goodbye. Drop your hooks, step in, 3. Step out, 4. Strike, 5. Okay, good, relax. Now, how square should your hip be? As square as can be. But remember, when you do the hook and the hands, it should be slightly more than 90 degrees. Okay, not 90 degrees, slightly more. Okay, and your hip should not be totally square like this, because then it'd be very uncomfortable. It can still be slightly off, but I would say no more than 30 degrees. Okay, no, not 45 degrees, no more than 30 degrees. 15 to 30 maximum. Okay, and the hands, no, slightly more than 90 degrees. Now, very often, people forget this. This is the hook. Okay, so the wrist has to be lifted. Okay, and the fingers come together like this. Okay, so when you finish off, you can see the hook with the wrist lifted, and the fingers sort of dangle downwards. Okay, and your elbow, look, lock, just come back in slightly. That's it, yes. Okay, not bending. It's nearly straight, nearly locking, but just before it locks. Okay, now some people, this, no good, yeah? Make sure it is this. Now what's the hook for? There are so many applications that being associated with a hook. Yeah? And there are different ways of doing hooks as well. But in the 8 step, 16 and a 24 step, we tend to use it as a grab. Okay, as a grab. So that means when you actually shift across, one, block, 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 grab, strike. Okay, grab and strike. That's it. That absolutely, yeah? Okay, so grab and strike. Okay, so it is important to do this. There are people using the hook as a strike. So it's like this, using the hook to strike. Yeah, using the wrist really, the wrist to strike. Okay, but here we grab, strike. Okay, but the only key is to wrist, lift the wrist, not drop the hook. Is raise the wrist as you grab. Okay, fingers? No, that's it. It's like holding an egg. Yeah, that's it, like this. Okay, good. Okay, and then when you strike, the hand goes in like a rainbow. Good, like a rainbow, yeah? Okay, it's just not really just simply a push, it's like a chop, as well as a strike. Strike, strike, yeah? Okay, so it's like if this is a punch, you grab and you strike, either on the face, on the neck. Okay, face or neck. Okay, but you can see is you're not pushing. Some people go like this. No, it's not pushing. Remember, it is like a little curve to strike, like a whip. That's why it's called single whip, because one hand goes like a whip to strike. Okay, strike. All right, yeah, so it is important. Now, also, very important, and very many beginners find this very, very difficult, and I'm sure you will find it too, is shifting of weight. You can see here, Tai Chi tend to shift weight quite a lot, yeah? And in the 8, 16, and 24, we tend to shift quite massively compared to some other traditional routines. The 8, 24, and the 16, and even the 88 tend to shift weight quite a lot. For example, like here, we tend to go sit back, turn, and then shift weight again. Okay? So you need to be aware of the weight shifting. Yes, sorry.
70-30.
It's close enough, yes, 70-30. But what you need to do is to shift as much as you can until you can't shift any further. Okay. And then you come back. Same thing. Because don't forget, now we broke it down. But when you get used to it, it becomes a continuous movement. And then you shift all the way, and then gently come back, and then as much as you can so that you can lift your leg and make a step, yeah? So if we do it like continuously, it'd be like this. Okay? But knowing the basics, knowing the timing, counting really is timing. At this time you're doing this, at this time you're here. Once you know that, then you can do a flow, even fast or slow. You won't miss the timing. Yeah? Okay? So now remember, 1, sit and turn. 2, shift weight. 3, step in. 4, step out. And again, no good. 4, no. Always walking like a cat. 4, light. 5. Okay, let's try again. Ready? 1. There's a sense of relaxation. Yeah? So don't try to bring your body across like very rigidly. You finish off pushing, you relax. 1. Just the body turns. 1. This is still relaxed. 2. You see, very gently. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, relax. So make sure you have a sense of relaxation. 1, relax. Except this. 2, goodbye. 3, hooks. 4, step. 5, strike. Okay, now when you strike, remember I said it's a rainbow. So in your mind, you actually have a line like this, a curve. Okay, your hand follows that curve. You can physically see that curve. If you don't, make it up. Very important, don't forget the hip movement of the waist, because that is what we call the whole core principle of Tai Chi. It is to use your waist to strike. Without this, it's practically just simply an exercise. Okay? So when we do this at the end, don't forget to without this, all this has no meaning. Okay? Very important at the end. No good. This, no. Now remember, when we say step, you must have a little width. That means you're here, you don't step straight. You step slightly wider. How wide? About 10-15 degrees. As long as you keep your feet straight. Okay? So you are not stepping straight, you're stepping diagonally. 15 degrees with the foot pointing forward. Okay? And then when you strike, always remember the hands is nothing without the waist. So the hand, waist, waist, waist. Okay? And the waist is nothing without the feet. So it is important. No good. Oh, I can't do it. Because you need to move. Move. Okay? Yeah, let's do that again. This should apply to every single posture. Okay?